The clock ticks for all men, not just in days and years, but in the erosion of potential, the fading of opportunity. There is a moment, sharp and cold, when this truth crystallizes, not as a distant threat, but as an immediate, inescapable reality. It is the moment a man truly confronts time not as a canvas for his ambitions, but as a finite, dwindling resource. Most men live in a state of temporal delusion. They believe tomorrow is a guaranteed extension of today, a vast unwritten ledger where postponed tasks and unfulfilled promises can be endlessly redressed. They treat time like a wealthy fool, squandering it on trivial pursuits, distractions, and the comfort of inaction. The sharp edges of urgency are dulled by the soft pillow of later. But then, the awakening. It can be triggered by a loss, a milestone birthday, a profound illness, or simply a quiet, stark observation of the years that have already vanished like smoke. This is not the abstract understanding of mortality. It is the visceral, gut-wrenching realization that the sands in the hourglass are not merely falling, but disappearing into an abyss from which no return is possible. A man stands at a precipice, the wind of his own mortality whipping around him. The grand schemes, the idle dreams, the resentments held, the words left unsaid, they all suddenly appear under the harsh glare of an irretrievable past. The future, once a boundless horizon, now feels compressed, its options shrinking with every passing second. This is the crucible. Here, a man has two paths. He can succumb to despair, paralyzed by the sheer weight of wasted moments. Or he can forge himself anew in the fire of this realization. This hard truth, embraced, becomes the most potent fuel for discipline. Consider the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius, writing in his tent on campaign. He constantly reminded himself of the transient nature of life. "You have sailed about, you have journeyed," he wrote. "Now look how far you have come." He understood that each day was a gift, a singular opportunity to act in accordance with virtue, to meet the present moment with clarity and resolve, not out of fear of death, but out of reverence for life. Why does this realization sting so profoundly? Because it exposes the superficiality of much of human endeavor. The pursuit of fleeting pleasures, the accumulation of empty status, the petty grievances, they all crumble when viewed through the lens of limited time. What truly endures? What leaves a mark? The discipline forged in this realization is not born from external pressure, but from an internal imperative. It is the quiet strength of a soldier understanding the stakes of his mission, knowing that hesitation means defeat. It is the focused intensity of a craftsman perfecting his art, knowing his skill is honed only through countless hours of dedicated practice. This is not about frantic productivity or chasing ephemeral achievements. It is about understanding the value of each moment. It is about choosing to invest your dwindling time in what is truly meaningful: integrity, connection, contribution, and the cultivation of an unshakable inner citadel. What happens when a man stops fighting time and instead aligns himself with its natural current? He finds a profound peace. He learns to act with intention, to speak with purpose, to live with a clarity that was previously obscured by the illusion of endless tomorrows. The awareness of time's scarcity strips away the non-essential. It forces a man to confront his true priorities. It is the ultimate filter for decision-making, separating the vital from the trivial with unforgiving precision. A man who understands his time is limited will not waste it on envy or complaint. He will build. He will create. He will love with more depth, knowing that moments of genuine connection are rare jewels. He will learn, not for external validation, but for the quiet satisfaction of growth. He will face adversity not with fear, but with the seasoned resilience of a man who knows that storms too pass. The realization of time's enemy status is not a call to panic, but a summons to purpose. It is the stern but fair master that compels a man to be more than he was yesterday. It demands that he take stock, shed the unnecessary, and pour his essence into that which matters. This is the fundamental shift, from a passive spectator of his own life to an active architect. From a wanderer adrift on the currents of time to a navigator charting a course with deliberate skill. The weight of this understanding can feel immense, but within that weight lies the promise of true power. It is the power to choose where your energy goes. The power to say no to distractions and yes to your deepest calling. The power to leave a legacy not of possessions but of character and impact. How does a man begin to live with this profound awareness? He starts with the present. He focuses on the task at hand, performing it with all his effort and intention. He practices gratitude for the moments he has, not as a passive sentiment, but as an active appreciation that informs his actions. He cultivates silence, using it to reflect on his choices and align them with his values. The internal shift is paramount. When a man ceases to perceive time as an enemy to be outrun, and instead sees it as a sacred, finite gift, his relationship with life itself transforms. He becomes a steward of his own existence, honoring the precious allotment he has been given. The moment of realization that time is his only true adversary is not an ending, but a potent beginning. It is the stark, unvarnished truth that, when finally embraced, liberates a man to live with unparalleled intention and force. It is the stark, unvarnished truth that, when finally embraced, liberates a man to live with unparalleled intention and force. The sands fall, but in their descent, they reveal the path forward.